And we're back here, main event, Monday edition after the 4-day holiday for us. Of course, July 4th. Having some fun here, talking some World Cup, the weekend. Dale, you didn't say what you did this weekend.
You didn't ask. You didn't care. It's all about Steve and his family.
First of all, let's be clear about this. I don't care.
I know.
But for those that do, what'd you do?
Wow. We stayed here, Steve.
I saw some cute pictures with the grandbaby. And
Yeah, little Avery.
How was the weather this weekend?
It actually was fairly nice. We golfed on Friday. I think it only got to be 100, 101.
Yeah, I knew it was going to be cooler than normal.
Yeah,
the East Coast and the Midwest are getting pounded with our heat normally. And that's what happened to us in San Diego. It's just cooler than normal over there.
No, so we did that. Moon Valley Country Club does their fireworks on Friday. So we went down there, watched that spectacular show. They do a really, really nice job.
They did fireworks?
Yeah. I mean, like a full, 20 minutes of fireworks.
Really? Yeah. So the whole thing, really?
Yeah. Really nice job, and hung out there. And Saturday went over to Hillary and Scott's house and swam and cooked out and hung out with the grandbabies.
Nice. See what happens when you stay around town on your 4th of July?
Yeah.
Instead of going.
Well, usually they're with us if we're out of town,
no,
but not with a 1 month old. So.
That's the problem.
Yeah.
From that. Yeah, no, this, because it was funny too, because we're sitting there in San Diego and we're sitting on this little hill waiting for fire to start. And I'm in pants. And I'm like, it's a little chilly out here.
You're in long pants?
On long pants.
Yeah.
Like it's a little breeze. I was like, it's a little chilly here right now that the sun went down. And it was just kind of fun. I'm like, man, I remember those ones sitting in Tempe Town Lake.
Yeah.
You're there at 5 o'clock to get a spot, and you're just sweating to death. Yeah. Even when the fireworks are going off, you're just like, this is ridiculous.
Yeah, it's gotten down to 98.
So it was nice to get out for that stuff as well. But hey, good. You had a good week. I saw the pictures on Facebook.
I got a pretty photogenic family.
I think it's
really. You're telling me that Brooke and
they're amazing. They're
Avery and Beckett.
I just keep trying to figure out why you keep having models fill in for your family and everything compared to you. I mean, they're so photogenic. Wow. It's not a negative thing. That says what they look like. They look like they should come in your wallet.
They got a lot of Dale Hellestrey.
Even Brooke?
Yeah. Thank God. Oh, I remember Hillary until she was about 3 or 4. She looked a lot like me, and I'm like, Lord, please don't do this to her.
And then it changed.
Yeah, it changed. Thanks.
She grew up.
Yeah.
Autumn says, don't forget, join us on Twitter, also at TME Sports Show. You can hit us up there. Text line 623-252-6670. And, of course, on the live chat here on YouTube also. Lively today, Autumn says, I'm quarter Belgian by blood, but I'm all American.
So she gonna have one of those half shirts on tonight, or quarter shirts?
3/4.
So she wins either way.
Robert says, at least FIFA didn't do something stupid like putting all the games on Peacock. I did see that yesterday. I think Robert tweeted something out yesterday morning, and I think Ethan saw it. And I went, all the games are on Peacock today? They were all on Peacock yesterday. What the heck? I get it. I'm not. It's the world we live in now. But nothing like a holiday weekend, Dale, when everybody's at home and can pay attention to your sports.
Right.
And instead of making as many games as free as possible to garner up your sport, especially against the World Cup, leave it to Major League Baseball to put it all behind a paywall. Every game. Yeah. I know. I don't understand the marketing behind it. But good for you.
Baseball will baseball.
And part of me went, well, maybe Peacock's doing that free thing where they're showing them all the games for free so people will subscribe to Peacock. I don't know if that's the case or not, but I thought maybe they were doing that, but I doubt it. Ethan says, I think the U.S. team faked being bad before the World Cup games so people would not bet on them. That is that side of it. They were faking it, as some would say, Dale. The Americans that complain about the laying on the ground and rolling around crack me up. Because we just got done with the basketball season where we watched the Oklahoma City Thunder.
Yep.
Play basketball. I'm going to let that float out there as well. Join the YouTube chat if you'd like. Really quick, Dale. Also, As soon as we're done here, by the way, everything goes up on demand on YouTube and on Rumble as well. Real Matrix is new this week. It was off last week for a new episode. I pulled it up this morning looking at some other things, and I saw people were watching The Real Matrix over the weekend. So
Really?
Angry Patriot will be excited about that. You guys doing that as well. But new episodes starting again this Friday. Took last week off. But the interesting thing is, your Arizona Rattlers have the unfortunate ability to play tonight in San Diego. What terrible timing for the IFL. Don't you try to change that game at some point? Like, guys, we need to change this. We need to change this game.
I didn't even put 2 and 2 together.
Yeah. Yeah.
I saw Kevin Guide posted something that they were doing a road trip to San Diego. Coaches were in a van.
Did they drive over there?
Yeah, they drove over
They
there.
didn't even fly?
Yeah. See, I thought I'd get a call from you saying, "Hey, I'm not coming back till Tuesday."
Well, if it was over the weekend, I would have gone to the game. But Monday night, no, I got to get back. World Cup tonight, man.
You could have had your phone on the World Cup, and
I could have done this remote in the hotel room. You could have seen the Courtyard Marriott's.
Wi-Fi
room.
system.
Yeah, exactly. Cutting in and out. But yeah, tonight, 7 p.m. from Front Wave Arena. And it's not even San Diego. It's like Carlsbad. It's way up north.
Okay.
It's not. They used to play right there by Old Town in the Pangaguanaway. I can't pronounce the name of it. That arena.
Okay.
But they moved last year. They moved into this new building, signed a 3-year deal. But it's up north. I'm assuming they're trying to capture some of that southern LA market along with San Diego market.
Right.
But it's about 30, 40 minutes from downtown San Diego to get up to this arena. But they drove over, did they, yesterday?
Well, I
probably
saw the
passed them.
coaches. Yeah, I would imagine the players were in
Yeah.
a bus.
Players weren't on a plane if the coaches weren't.
I doubt it.
We probably passed them yesterday.
They were on their way there yesterday, yeah.
Could have waved as they went by. But that's tonight's 7. Unfortunate timing for them. It's Yahoo Sports, so it's a free game tonight. If you want to pay.
Oh, it is. Okay.
Yeah, well, the ratings will be 0. They've been touting their ratings on Yahoo Sports all season long. Is this one they don't tout? Throw up just to remind you guys, Western Conference standings for the IFL here as well. Where we stand going into tonight's game with San Diego. Rattlers did clinch a playoff spot. Now, everybody has played except for the Rattlers in San Diego for this week as well. Here's the problem. They're going to be a 3 seed, most likely. They can still become a 4 seed. So no home game regardless if you're a 3 or a 4 seed. But here's the problem you got though, Dale. Would you rather play San Diego or Vegas in the first round? Because they'll have the 2 home games.
Right.
That's a tough matchup for either way.
Is this their first matchup against San Diego
Second,
this
they
year?
beat them first game of the season at
Okay.
home by just a couple points. But it's a different San Diego team than it was the first game of the year. The Diamond Rattlers were the one of those 2 losses for San Diego. So tonight's a big game. But here's the other side of it. As of now, Vegas has the tiebreaker. So there's only 2 games left for Vegas. They'd have to lose both of those games.
And that'd still be a
And
tiebreaker.
it's still not a tiebreaker, and then you lose the tiebreaker.
Right.
So they're going to be the 3 seed. They play Tucson next week at home. That's their final home game. So tonight's important because it takes the pressure off of next week's game against Tucson if you can win tonight.
Yeah, because if they lose, you see they'll be 8 and 6, and
So Tucson could get that 3
Yeah.
seed if next week, or with the next 2 weeks coming up here. The other thing is San Diego's still playing for that number 1 seed over Vegas. So it's not like San Diego tonight's going to be like, we can mail it in.
right.
They're going to be playing for a win because they're trying to get that 1 seed, of course, and get home field throughout the whole game. So that's important tonight, and I just wanted to point out terrible timing for game time.
Well, won't this U.S. soccer game be almost over when it
almost
starts?
over. Well, it depends how much stoppage time
Yeah,
there is, Dale. You walked right into that.
Yeah.
No, you're right, because that starts at 5. So it's 90 minutes after 5. Just kidding.
Well, it should be over by 7 then.
Depends on the stoppage time.
Well, even if they
Close.
get 20 minutes.
Then you have to come off the high of it and everything and celebrate. Because when did the U.S. play last? Thursday night? Was that Thursday? They played Thursday, right?
No, it had to be Wednesday.
Oh, maybe it was Wednesday.
Yeah.
It was Wednesday, but we were off air and we weren't coming back.
Right.
And it was funny, too, because I think, like, I was doing something. Oh, no, yeah, it was Wednesday night because Ireland had an appointment at 5. So I had to watch the beginning of it there and then watch the rest of it at home or whatever. Was just having fun with that victory or whatever. And Autumn, like, texted me, like, to get ready for Thursday. And I'm like, yeah, I'll call you in a bit. And I called, like, an hour later, hour and a half later. And I'm like, sorry, I was celebrating the U.S. win. The last hour. That's the thing. I'll be dealing with that tonight, that side. So there we go, folks. Rattlers do play tonight. But, Dale, your sponsor over at KUPD, I don't know, if they're still your sponsor. They're not paying their bills from what I've heard.
Well, I know there's money in my account, so that's all that matters.
That's all that comes through to you.
Yeah.
The Arizona Juggernauts, who's the the football league, I hate to call it the indoor football league because that's obviously what the Rattlers league that they play in, but their league, which is indoor football, over at Mullet, they've apparently played their last home game at Mullet this season. I had actually heard a couple weeks ago, the second half of the season, 3 weeks ago, they're an international league as well. They have international. Only one international team was continuing the season. The other ones were shutting down.
Okay.
And then I've heard that the Juggernauts have missed a few payments around town.
Oh, that kind of brings back memories.
Yeah. Something about that arena, I guess, right? The Arizona Juggernauts have officially played their last home game at Mullet Arena this season. They're supposed to have one more against Las Vegas coming up, but that's been canceled. Yeah. They were able to scrape through this far in the season, but Dale, another shocker. Another league. The AFL, Arena Football League, tried to make a comeback and failed.
Right.
What a shocker. They're just not surviving.
You can't have 3 and 4 different indoor football leagues, all basically doing the same
They even
thing.
tried the AF2 back in the day, which was like the feeder league to the AFL.
Mm-hmm.
If you're good enough in the AF2, you can come up to the AFL. So a lot of it is you have now the Juggernauts, from what I understand, had a really good team in that league. So it's kind of interesting to see. But I know somebody that went to these games because it was at the Mullet. And I go, what was the crowd like? Crowd, me and you, we all got a section.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
And things to that effect. But yeah, so I don't know. Just pointing out, you're planning on going. Too late.
Too late. You missed out.
Yeah. If you bought merch, sorry about that.
That will become a collector's item.
Yeah. Like my, what was that? The United Nut Football League or whatever that was. The one you did.
Arizona Hot Shots.
Yeah, that one. Like that hat I got somewhere around my house. It's going to be a collector's item.
Yeah.
Someday.
It'll be worth some money.
Hey, interesting thing in golf over the weekend, Dale. Did you watch any of the tournament over the weekend?
I did watch quite a bit because a familiar name was surging.
Your buddy gets involved and friend of the family, and all of a sudden you pay attention.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was going to mention, a heck of a round for Max Homa.
Max Homa played his highest finish in 3.5 years, I think.
Yeah. I think it was 3 years.
And so it's been a long time coming, and boy. It's a because Brooke and I watched a little bit of that yesterday, and because she knows Max too, and it's like you're here one day, and then the next year you're gone.
Yeah, and yet they're fighting your way back, carrying your own bag at times.
Yes, and it can happen so quick. These guys who are around on the PGA Tour for 10, 15 years, it's pretty special.
Well, it puts you in a whole nother level.
Yeah.
Because most guys don't do it. It's kind of like the NFL, right? You got your superstars, you got your Tom Brady's, you got your Drew Brees, Aaron Rodgers. Then you got all these guys that every 2 to 3 years you're learning new names in a lot of these positions. Sometimes you don't even go that long. But the other thing that's interesting, he played excellent over the way. I think he's getting ready to make a run again, to make another run at this. I'm gonna dare I say this because I like the way he's been playing lately. Max Homa is who I'm talking about. I'm going to put him as who was the Texas golfer that came out, flash in the pan, dominated for a long time, disappeared for a while, came back for a little bit, and now he's just stable on the course. I just forgot his name.
Scotty Scheffler?
No. No. No.
No.
Everybody was in love with it. I just forgot. I had his mind in my but I think he's gonna be that way. No, holy crap, Dale.
I'm not sure who you're talking
I know.
about.
I'll think of it here. I just had it in my head and I completely forgot while I was talking. But I do think Max Homa is getting on that side to where he's going to become, a PGA Tour player and not have to work he's going to have to still work as hard, but he's not going to have to do all of the stuff he's doing now to play in all these tournaments. He's just going to become a staple on the tournament over time. Every once in a while, make his name known and step up into a tournament. But I think that's where Max Homa is headed towards coming up here. Jordan Spieth is who I was thinking.
Yes. Well, I think
I knew his name was a J. I was like, I know it's a J. I couldn't think of it. But Spieth, flash in the pan. Every tournament he was kind of in it for a little bit, a year or so, year and a half.
he probably had about 3 good years.
Disappeared completely, had to work his way back, and now he's just a guy out on the court. Every once in a while you talk about him, but he's just out there playing golf.
Kind of a middle of the pack guy.
I think that's going to be Max Homa coming up. I just feel like he's worked his way back into it where he's going to get back to that point.
Well, what was fascinating to me, obviously watching it for Max, and I was watching for this Ben Coles kid.
Oh.
This is his 10th straight week of playing.
Yeah.
And everybody goes, well, golf. Come on, it's golf. You're hitting a golf ball. But
I know, I do that for fun.
Just so you know what a professional golfer does, I mean, first of all, you got to get yourself to whatever city the tournament is in. For 10 straight weeks, he played a couple on the Corn Ferry.
And you don't show up on a Friday and play for 3 days. You're there Tuesday.
You show up on Monday.
You hope you're there.
There'll be a pro-am, practice round. You're walking everywhere. And then if you make the cut, you're playing 4 18-hole rounds over the weekend. They're 5.5, 6 hours. And yet he played 10 weeks in a row. He's right on that bubble. And he had a great chance to get into a playoff. Bogey's number 18.
Hit it in the water, Dale.
You can't go left, Steve. You can't go left.
That's the problem, is he tanked it in the water. I read what had happened, so I went back and watched it and everything. And even though I knew what had happened when it went in that water, I went,
yeah.
Terrible, poor guy.
Yeah.
It was just you felt bad for him there. But the bigger news here, the guy that won the Waste Management Open, Gotterup's having a season.
Yeah.
I think I said it a few weeks ago. We are seeing a surgence of young, unknown players making a surge on our future superstars on the PGA Tour are starting to make themselves known on the PGA Tour this year. And I find it fascinating. Like guys like Gotterup, who you're not going to put up there as a superstar.
No.
But he's won 3 tournaments this year. Now, they're not going to become, a lot of them aren't going to become superstars, but what I'm saying is they're going to become name guys on the tour where you're going to be able to pay attention to them. When they come to your town, you're going to want to watch them. Gotterup's one of them. We have several other guys coming up that are that way. It's fun. It's fun to watch. We're seeing it in NASCAR where some of the older guys are retiring and getting out of the sport, and the younger guys are coming into it and making their waves. We see it in the NFL every few years, right? These young teams, like the Patriots last year, stepping up on the old veteran teams and stuff to that effect. I think it's fun when that happens.
Right.
Get the stodgy. I like watching I like watching Rory. I like watching DeChambeau and those guys when they play on the tour. I like watching those guys. But, man, it's fun watching these unknown young guys. Now, the majors, I want to see the best of the best win those.
Mm-hmm.
But for these tournaments, I think it's fun watching guys like Gotterup get up the cold, like you said. In this 18, Max Homa making a run. And then I like that in golf. And you haven't seen that the last several years, and you're seeing it a lot now.
Well, Chris Gotterup shoots 62 yesterday, final round.
I saw Max Homa afterwards go, I was just trying to put pressure on him to see if he'd make a mistake. He just never made one.
Yeah.
Nothing I could do. I played the best I can play.
Yes. Max Homa shot 64, won $1 million. So it's not a wasted week.
Yeah, no, I know. His wife's happy.
Not a wasted week. So,
but I think you can there are guys on the PGA Tour that have never won a PGA tournament. that are multimillionaires.
Yeah.
They live a comfortable life, just hemming and hawing through the tournament with no wins at all from that side. So it's gonna be fun. But I wanted to mention that Goddard. I know when he won the Waste Management, I was like, who?
Well, I know we have not talked about it a lot, and we'll get into it on a day where there's
We got
no
the All-Star
news.
break coming up, Dale. We have some skim pickings coming up.
So we'll have time to talk about it. But the PGA Tour changes the way they go
The
about
thing.
their tour cards and all that. A lot of controversy.
It broke while you were on vacation, so I kind of like hit the highlights there and everything.
Yeah.
But we should do a better breakdown on that and how it's changing. Well, I mean, Waste Management better pony up some money.
Yeah, and the talk about the signature events and a lot of changes. I don't know what to think of them. It seems like it's mixed reviews. So we'll get into that on another slow business day.
No, it's going to change a lot of things coming up here as well. So, okay, breaking news. Oh no, here we go. Okay.
Well, hold on. Is it breaking news or is it not breaking news?
Oh, it's breaking news.
Okay.
No, I had the time right. So you're right. No, it's breaking news that Dale might be right, folks. Maybe. So I said 10 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. in San Diego is when this game is kicking off for the Rattlers game.
Right.
So I just assumed it was that time all along. No, Dale, it was originally scheduled for 6 p.m., 9 p.m. Eastern. They moved the game an hour later so the World Cup game would end, and then you could tune over and watch Yahoo Sports for the Rattlers game night. So they did move the game late. Usually you hear them about moving games up to avoid a conflict.
Right.
But they're moving this game back. They moved it back to 7 p.m. now in order to do that. So that's an interesting little fact there. Ethan gave us that little nugget here.
Look
as
at
well.
Ethan earning his keep back
I know.
there.
Look at him go. So the time is 7, but they did move it back to 7 from 6.
Used to be at
get
6,
that
yeah.
stuff. Yeah, that's fascinating. Move around this U.S. game. That's all I'm gonna say.
Oh yes.
No, but I think if the NFL played tonight, they would have a lesser audience tonight.
Yeah, that'd be interesting. Monday Night Football.
They'd still have a ton of people. They would still have a ton of people watching the NFL game, but it would be a lesser audience because of the eyeballs splitting.
Yeah.
I'll say this, man. It's just everywhere in Southern California, the game was on, a place was packed. If it had it on, people were in there. So I don't understand. If you didn't have TVs in your establishment and you didn't have it on the World Cup, you were missing people just flocking in your place to watch it. And you're stupid. It's stupid at all. It's stupid how you deal with it. As well, sorry, I was catching up on some other breaking news out there. Dale, tell me what happened with the Diamondbacks.
No.
Lost 2 out of 3.
No. Before
gonna
we
avoid
go
that?
there, before
You
we
want to talk about the Suns signing a two-way player?
Before we go there, come on, Steve. We need to devote the right amount of time to your guy. You haven't given him any love in probably 5 years. But are you going to at least pat Mr. Michael Bidwell on the back for the kindness that he has shown to a bride-to-be?
No.
Why?
Okay.
Why? He didn't have
Hold
to
on.
do that.
He also didn't have to make it public. He could have just did it behind the scenes like his dad would have.
She made it public.
Yeah. And what you do is you respond to it and you give her the sweet and you just be quiet about it.
Well, he needed to make sure that she knew that it wasn't for Mike LaFleur. It was for him.
Okay. In all seriousness, before I have fun with this, before I rip it apart, in all seriousness, grand gesture by Michael Vick. Absolutely.
Yes.
You give it to them. You don't need that suite. If you don't know, NFL hotels that host, I used to work at one when I was in college. Cowboys would come through. You basically, until the schedule comes out, you just have dates held, and you can't book anything because teams will book a lot of stuff.
Right.
They're required. Owners get certain benefits for free, things like that. Like Jerry Jones always would get a suite for free, and all of this stuff would happen. You know, so I get that. And she booked her wedding. First of all, lady, it's the fall. You don't realize that NFL plays on Sundays? First of all, you don't realize that?
Well, maybe they're college football fans.
Doesn't matter, Dale. You know the NFL plays. Half of the people going to your stupid wedding, they'll go to your second one too, when you have a second one.
Wow!
But half of the people are going to be want to watch it. Going to want to be watching the Giants play the Cardinals that day. I'm just throwing it out there. And it is how selfish of you as a bride are you that you book your wedding on a football Sunday. First of all, lady.
Well,
First of all,
let me tell you real quick. The reason I have a feeling that somebody in the McCollum family who has to pay for somebody's wedding
it's going to be
going to be pushing for Sunday night, Monday night, because Friday, Saturday are
it's going to be cheaper.
More expensive.
It's going to be cheaper. Cheaper.
So when that day comes, I hope I'm still around.
It'll be like, what national event is happening on what day?
McCollum's daughter's getting married on a Monday.
That's the national championship night for college football. Yes, it is. 50% off. Yeah. Okay. Now I've caused problems here.
Yeah.
I've caused problems. Autumn said on the chat. So Ethan texted me. On the chat, Autumn said they moved the Rattlers game back 1 hour later so it didn't interfere with the USA game. So I gave Ethan credit. Now I'm in trouble. And then my favorite part is Robert goes, not an expert, but I don't think that was Ethan. I saw Ethan's text before I pulled up the YouTube chat. So I saw it from Ethan first. So good job, Autumn. Way to stay on top of it also.
I also like the way you're looking at me like that.
Yeah, where were you at to bail me out on this? We're putting the chat back up on that TV. You complained about it that one day, and we're going to put it back up here so we can be saved from this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the McCollum wedding's going to be on a Tuesday afternoon.
So, I mean, Michael Bidwell did the right thing.
Yes.
Congratulations. And I'm being serious here. He finally did it. But, Dale, it just irks me to all God's end. And how he made it about him. And everybody's praising him. First of all, he had to make it clear that it wasn't LaFleur giving up this.
Yeah, that's a little.
It was the owner of the Cardinals, which happens to be me. It bothers me. And not because it's Michael Bidwell and he bothers me anyway. It just, you could have just given it back to him. You could have contacted him privately. You could have had Mark Dalton put a statement out. The suite, we were more than happy to give the suite back, but we had to do a video. Let everybody know that you're the owner of the Cardinals.
I think it was
the suite
cute.
Wasn't for the head coach. That stuff bothers me.
I think it was cute.
It's not because it's Michael Bidwell. It bothers me. If anybody does that, just do it privately. You don't need to be a stoic.
He could have said, "Hey, I'll use half the suite. You use the other half of the suite."
He could pay for half the wedding if you wanted to be really cute about it. Not only am I going to give this suite up to you, I'm going to pay for it.
Well, maybe he's doing that.
Okay. Oh, but you're not going to announce
that?
No,
maybe he's
not. But you're going to announce that you're the owner of the Cardinals?
But he's not giving. Maybe he's not going to announce that.
This suite thing is complicated. It's complicated because it's not for LaFleur. He's a dweeb in my organization. He doesn't get a big giant presidential suite at the top of the high-rise tower in Manhattan. No, my head coaches are down on the bottom floor where they belong, well below me. But the suite is made here for the owner of the Arizona Cardinals, which I don't know if you know or not, is me. It just bothers me when people do that. You could have just put a statement out saying, we're more than happy to give up our suite, and I'm more than happy to take care of that suite cost for them. Something to that effect, and just been happy about it, done it, solved it. Look, I'll say this, you got a lot of pub from everybody by doing the video.
Oh, yeah, a lot of goodwill.
When you make it about yourself, Dale, sometimes it's bad, sometimes it's good. It's not, and I was thinking about it, I'm like, does this just bother me because it's Bidwell? I don't like it when a lot of people do that. He could have said, he didn't have to say, oh, that suite wasn't for LaFleur, it's for me, the owner of the Cardinals, which is me. He could have said, you know what, that suite is reserved for us. For our contract and negotiations, we'll be more than happy to unload it to you. Why did he have to make it about himself?
He could have put it in the words of it, that's, yes, it is reserved for the Cardinals. As the owner of the Cardinals, I have control over those things.
Yeah.
So
you could have phrased it that way. Yeah, but he made it.
He said, I looked into it.
Yeah.
The situation is a little complicated.
Yeah,
it's a little complicated.
It's not complicated at all.
But in return, Steve, She said she'll give Michael her eternal gratitude,
Great.
the satisfaction of making her year, and an open invitation to stop by her wedding venue after the game for a celebratory drink or several if they have to find themselves across the street.
First of all, no, the team gets out of town immediately because
Yes.
the owners don't want to pay for hotel rooms.
Yes.
So they'll get him out of there quickly. But that's a great response by her. No, he did a great job giving up the suite. It's just at the same time, it just rubs me the wrong way when you make it about yourself.
I think this is a precursor to an unbelievable
Well,
season
I'll say
coming.
this, Dale. I mean, it's nice to see he treats some person that he gets no benefit from in New York better than he treats his fans that pay him a lot of money. So that's good. That's good to see.
Somehow Steve's going to turn this into a negative. He treats you with white gloved hands,
No, he-
Steve.
Pretty much tells me to F off.
He makes sure that
Yeah,
you're.
I'm taking all this stuff away from you. You can pay, you can't. Get out of here. I don't care about you. I don't give a crap about you. Oh, fan. Oh, you've had tickets for 30 years in this section? Get out of here because we got to have half-sold suites down here for $200,000 a game.
Imagine if this wedding's called off. Does Bidwell get his suite back?
No, he did a fantastic thing. I'll give him credit for that. I just thought the video was ridiculous.
I liked it.
I mean, just saying. He could have had LaFleur be like, it could have made it a joke, and LaFleur could have been on camera and been like, "Hey, we got your message, and it's cute. You think this suite is for me, but I've got an owner who loves these types of suites and things
And
like
he's
that.
paying for
Yeah.
our room block.
And I work for him, so I'm going to pass you off to the owner of the Cardinal, my boss of the Cardinals. You could have made a joke about it or something, but instead you got to be like, it's complicated. Now LaFleur, she doesn't get this suite. No. He's got to double down a couple floors from here. He's sharing with 2 coaches. I mean, sarcastic on that part, but he made it about himself, and that does bother me. The guy, I'm not going to tell people how to spend their money, but give the suite back to her. And if you're really that enthusiastic about her wedding and stuff like that, help her out. Those things aren't cheap in New York, man. Just saying.
Why don't you start a GoFundMe for her? Pay for that suite.
She didn't email me to asking me for my suite. That's what I'm going to say.
Oh boy, you can take the best tasting banana cream pie and make it taste horrendous.
Still, he had to go on video to let the world know that he's the owner of the Arizona Cardinals and the suites for him.
That was sent to her. I don't think that was public, was it?
It sure did get public, didn't it? I don't know. I saw Schefter and everybody run with it. Am I being too negative on this, guys? He totally made it about himself. I don't get it.
All
That's
right,
why I don't want to talk about it, Dale. That's why I didn't want to talk about it. I look at it. It's not for LaFleur. It's for the owner of the Cardinals, which happens to be me. Who talks like that? Who, Dale?
You're the owner of your favorite team.
All that to not talk about the Diamondbacks, huh?
Well, we're going to take a break. I'd rather talk about Mitchell Robinson and how he hurt his hand before the playoffs.
Who's Mitchell Robinson?
Guy played for the Knicks,
I
their
know.
big center.
He just signed a contract to go someplace else? You mean it's not the way they said it was? Ooh, come on back, folks. Dale's got the dirts. Main event. here. Main events. A couple things happened since we were gone as well.
Yeah.
Sun signed guard Pat Spencer to a 2-way contract.
There we go.
Championship on our way.
There we
In
go.
all seriousness, Dale, it goes to my bigger point I made last week. The Suns did what we're not used to around here. They said, these are the guys we want, and they went and got them. We don't see that a lot. We're used to like the Cardinals where, free agency started. We got to wait till the second tier guys, come available and stuff to that effect. The Suns have targeted their guys, and they went and got them. Whether they're successful on all of them, we don't know yet, right? But they have a roster. Their 15 is full. Now they got 2 spots now for a 2-way contract as well. But I like what this Suns team is doing in terms of the roster construction, but also just the fact that they're going after what they want. And you got to give them credit for that. I like it. Go Suns.
Yeah, they're still talking about Miles Turner.
Dale, I got 2 important texts here.
Uh-oh.
Oh, you Miles Bridges, you mean?
Yeah, Miles Bridges.
Oh, are people still talking about that?
Yeah.
Upset?
I think the upsetness has died down, but still a little bit of negative conversation.
Once the season starts, they're going to love him.
Yes.
Two things I got here on text that seem to be very important.
Okay.
The first one, it's Miranda Hale from Amazon's remote recruiting team, asking if after reviewing my background, they think I would be an ideal candidate for a remote, flexible position with Amazon.
Okay.
So, Adele, finish up the show. I was
gonna say you can do that.
On Amazon here.
You can do that while you're doing the show. Much as you pay attention to what I say.
It just popped through on my phone, and I'm just like, seriously, Miranda.
Come on, Miranda.
That's her name. Her name's something, and she's from India. Hey, it's $5,000, and you can have a job at Amazon.
Oh, goodness. Give me your social security number, Steve.
Like, why is that in my phone? What is happening here?
I
just like what the Suns have done.
You said there were 2.
Oh, she texted me twice.
Oh,
I thought it was 2 different job offers.
You really want?
I bet you guys didn't get 2 job offers this morning on your phone like I did. But I like what the Suns are doing. I don't like what the Diamondbacks are doing. Now, to be fair, I think I saw 2 highlights from this weekend. Maybe 2. The last 2 out of 3 I saw.
Well, I guess first start with the good news, Steve. The Diamondbacks do have 2 All-Stars.
Yep. Which I was reading on Thursday while we were driving out of town, because I think Erod deserved an All-Star nod.
Yeah.
I didn't think he was going to get one, because there's also really good pitchers in front of him.
Yes.
But then I started seeing, on Thursday when I was driving out of town, I started seeing who was lined up to pitch on Thursday and Friday. And I'm like, this week coming up. And I'm like, those guys aren't going to be able to pitch at the All-Star game, which takes out a couple of big guys.
Right.
So I was like, Erod probably can get in there. He did. So that's awesome news for him. Of course, he deserves it with the way he's pitched this year. One of the most disappointing things around baseball that I always say is just simply, Randy Johnson had to deal with this, toward his end of his career here. You see it a lot with Paul Skeens. Yeah, I hate it when you see a pitcher have the pitch just go out there and continually get 1 or 2 runs given up and can't get wins.
Right.
And more importantly, not just that they get a no decision, they even get losses racked up onto them.
Right.
Because your team can't hit. I hate that. If I was a pitcher, I'd just be like, come on, guys. How hard is this? Come on. I did my job.
Is that what you say just like that?
Come on, guys. I in the locker room. I get on the stool and stand up on it. So Erod did a good game yesterday. I did go back and watch some of those highlights yesterday because I was curious. I was reading online some people saying like, he's not pitching well today and stuff to that effect. I mean, was it a dominant Erod thing? No. But
if you don't have your best stuff and you still only give up 2 runs through 6 innings.
Yeah. He's got a 2.25 ERA.
Yeah.
It's way better than the 5 and 6 that we got from a couple other guys on this team.
Mm.
I did see Carroll Kelly had a good comeback game. Was that Saturday?
Yeah, they got one win against the vaunted Milwaukee Brewers.
So Diamondbacks, have they improved against teams above 500 while I was gone, Dale?
Doesn't look that way, Steve. Does not look that way. It's now they're 4 games out of the wild card.
Yeah, throw up the wild card standings, the NL wild card standings, if you will.
And basically 4 teams ahead of them
now. Yeah, but they're basically, well, they're even with the Padres, which they have a 4-game series against the Padres here. You can put now. Every year you go to San Diego in the summer because they've been good the last several years. Padres stuff everywhere. Padres gear everywhere. Everybody's talking about the Padres. Nothing this year with them, and now
Really?
new ownership and stuff, and comparable to previous years and things like that out there. But look, you're tied with the Padres here, 44 and 45. It's a big series for both of these teams to stay alive in the wild card standings. Because if somebody gets swept or somebody loses 3 of these games, you're going to make it very hard. That doesn't matter. There's still plenty of baseball left, but you're putting yourself on the outside looking in, mainly because the question mark with the Padres is trade deadline's in August this year. It's what, August 6th or something? August 3rd, August 6th?
August 3rd, I think.
But you new owners, you don't know if the new owners are going to want to unload payroll and stuff to that effect
Right.
if they don't keep playing. So this is a big series, 4-game series coming up against the Padres. Now, the downside of it is who you got going this weekend on top of it, that you're looking at here. So you got San Diego starting night at San Diego, 6:40 p.m. Walker Buehler, did he get hurt? Did he get hurt again? Obviously not. Who am I thinking of? Oh, Woodruff got hurt for Milwaukee this weekend, right? Yeah, whatever game that was, Friday, I think. So Walker Buehler, Brendan Pfaadt tonight. You need a good outing from Pfaadt, which I think you'll get. But Walker Buehler's not somebody you can mess around with. He will pitch well tonight as well. Zach Gallen goes tomorrow night against undecided. So maybe Zach Gallen has a chance, Dale, if the Padres don't put anybody on the mound.
A T. I still probably can't score more than 2 runs.
It's just, I saw after Zach Gallen's last outing, I saw Torrey's comments afterwards. I heard Derek Hall's comments over the weekend. I don't remember what day it was. And my question for you, Dale, you were in an NFL locker room. I know it's a different sport. But when a guy's struggling, and everybody knows he's struggling, and a lengthy's struggling as well. For you, I'm going to say place kicker, but it could just be as simple as a receiver can't catch a ball all of a sudden, right? They drop easy passes. It's stopping things. It's very frustrating. That could tear a locker room apart, right? If they just keep going to him and going to him and going to him.
Yes, they can. Now, again, I've never spent time in a baseball locker room.
I know it's a different.
Game that you play every day,
yeah,
basically.
But he only goes every 5 days.
Yeah.
So that's the other side of it.
And I did hear that, Torey Lovello backing him. And
Derek Hall flat out said, we know the pitcher. Really, because his last 2 years, he's been a terrible pitcher.
Right.
I don't get, like they're trying to convince themselves he's their guy. But
he's got a 6.36 ERA. He's sitting there at 3-8.
He had what, 4 good innings last outing before he fell apart. It's just, and he pitches tomorrow. I'm just curious if you're in that locker room. It's the whole. I know people are gonna get mad at you. It's the whole Ketel Marte situation where Ketel Marte can be lackadaisical at times and stuff like that. And you got all these young kids playing hard. Like, could that tear the locker room apart and things of that? But I'm sorry, you keep saying it's almost like tomorrow. If you're a baseball player, you're gonna go out to the field or you're gonna go up to hit, and you're gonna go. It ain't gonna matter. We're gonna be down by 6 runs at some point here. Why are we even trying today? Let's save ourselves for the next outing. So I don't know. You tell me. You've been in I know you haven't been in a baseball locker room. Obviously, you play football, but to me, it's just I can see it being frustrating in the locker room where you just know you have no chance going out there that day, or maybe you go out there and think you have a chance, but then you give up 3 runs, you're down 3-0 in the first inning, and you're like, all right.
Well, to me, it's fascinating because was golf with my nephew yesterday, and he played small college baseball. Played obviously through high school and all that, and then small college baseball. And I've always looked at it as no matter what's going on team-wise in baseball, if you're a hitter, you still have your batting average, still have home runs.
You still have prideful stuff to do.
That you can do no matter what your team's doing around you. Whereas if you're the right guard,
Yeah.
the only stat you have is if you win or not.
Yeah. So and how many sacks you give up?
And he said no, because locker rooms. He was telling me about a story. One of his teams, they were ranked early in the season. Pitchers couldn't get anybody out. All of a sudden, batters and pitchers started arguing.
That's what you separate. Offense, defense battles like you hear in football where defense plays really well, but the offense can't go score. Then the defense hates the offense and wants to beat them up and stuff like that. Yeah, I mean, it's got to happen just naturally.
Right.
Well, even then, like Erod, that's why I was like kind of joking around a little bit leading into this question. Was Erod's got to go in that locker room and be like, really, guys, this is the day you guys decide not to hit when I pitch again? I gave up 2 runs.
Right.
And you guys can't put more across the line there. It just, you can see it happening, especially when it's repeated. Guy has a bad outing, a guy has a couple bad starts, especially in baseball, everybody slumps. You know it's coming. We're in year 2 of this, and it's kind of worse.
Right.
And he's going to run mouth. And then you hear all the coach to Hall, which tells me it goes up to the ownership. It's one thing for Hazen and Torrey to keep backing him. When Derek Hall comes out and backs him, that tells you it goes up to ownership. That's not good.
I can see why you would say certain things publicly. I wonder what's going on behind the scenes.
But
have they given an ultimatum? And
I agree with you with Torrey and Hazen. They're going to say stuff differently publicly. But Derek Hall doesn't even wade into it. Hey, we leave that up to our GM.
Right.
Our GM. And we expect our pitchers to go out there and do this type of outing. This is what we pay him for. This is what we're here for. You could phrase it that way as from the ownership group, which Derek Hall is. But he flat out said, I back him. We back him 100%. We still back him. We know what kind of pitcher he can be. That's coming down. That tells me it's coming down from the ownership of Zach Gallen's your guy. You guys got to figure this out.
Right.
And I'm tired of watching it. That's tomorrow. So tomorrow.
Well, think of this, Steve. So the All-Star break, last game for All-Star break, this coming Sunday.
Yeah.
The day after my birthday, which is Saturday, July 11th. In case anybody wants to send address to the office, we want to send.
That is self-established address, and well, they'll return his signed whatever to you.
Yeah. No, I want gifts, Steve. I want money. I want gifts. But they
play. Made it about you.
But they play San Diego for 4, and then the Dodgers for 3.
Yep. You know what I'm going to ask you? What's their record after this?
Well, I can see anything from 1-6 to 3-4. I don't think 3-4, 4-3 would be fantastic road trip.
Padres are 2-8 in their last 10.
Yeah,
the Padres are not good right now. They're not good. And let's make no bones about it. You're not playing a team above 500, so you're not going to improve that 14-33 record against teams above 500. At least in Game 1 or Game 2. If the Padres win those, then we'll be talking. Oh no, you have to go to Game. You have to win 3 of these in order for you to play a team in 500 in Game 4. So you're not even facing that stuff. But the Padres aren't good. You should be able to go out there and play well with the Padres. They're a dangerous team. Don't get me wrong. You get to their closer, you pretty much have no chance at that point. You got to have to lead it there and stuff. So these are winnable games. The Dodgers, though, the Dodgers going to be half that team's going to the All-Star game.
And by the way, it's Ohtani, Yamamoto, and Sheehan.
I know. I was just about to bring that up. When you face the Dodgers.
Yeah.
That's actually what got me to Erod getting in there was because I saw Ohtani was going to pitch in that last series against the D-backs and Yamamoto too. So I was like, ooh, some big name guys that should be All-Stars that might not, they'll be named, but they might not be able to play type of a thing. Yeah, it's not easy. You're, a game below 500 right now, Padres, Dodgers. They're going to be lucky to go 500 in this next week stretch here. I think there's something broken with this team. I think this team has settled on they're going to be sellers, and these big name guys that they can unload. If Soroka can get healthy, gone. If it's a 1-year deal, gone. at the trade deadline in a month.
You can't trade Gallon.
No, nobody's going to take him. You got DFA him. You can't keep running him out there.
No.
If you keep running him out there, you're doing detriment to the rest of the team. If you keep running, there are guys in AAA that I'd rather see called up here and struggle than Zach Gallen up here struggling. That's what we do.
Yeah,
Merrill Kelly, you can kind of put in there. Merrill Kelly does have some good games, so you give him a little bit more slack, like he just pitched well on Saturday. But it's a hard watch, man. I even heard Dale. I've been saying last year I said it was a 500 team. This year I said it was nice that 98.7 this morning came around, and I heard them specifically use, "Oh, they're a 500 team." Thanks, boys.
Seems like that's where they're most comfortable.
Yeah, everything points to 500.
Yeah.
Last 10, 4 and 6, right? And by 500, I don't mean exactly 500. 2 or 3 games above it, 2 or 3 games below it, and they just always melt back to 500. The difference is, if this team was going to go not 500 team, it's not going to be because it's on the positive side. You all think, like I do, that if they become a non-500 team, it's because they're going to be 10 games under 500 at some point. Nobody thinks they're going to go on a run and be 10, 15 games above 500. Do they? Am I alone on that? I don't think that's the case as well out there. Robert said, I thought all of Derek Hall's comments were about why refi. I don't get that. Does he always talk about that sponsor or something?
I don't know. Maybe that's the way they bring him in and bring him out. I don't know.
And Robert does say that Erod could start in the All-Star game. That is true. He could. That's it. That's the fun part. I don't know. Do we want Erod to start in there? The only reason I say that is because when Zach Gallen did it, it's all downhill after that.
Well, it's interesting because you talk about Ohtani pitching on Friday,
A lot of big
Mono
name
on
guys.
Saturday, but Erod's pitching on Friday.
Yeah, but the All-Star game's what, Tuesday?
Yeah.
There's a difference between Friday and Saturday. Yeah. So I don't know. It's you're getting some of those big guys up from that side as well. Ethan, about the Bidwell thing really quick, Ethan said he just wanted to introduce himself. You're taking it out of context. You could have met him privately.
I do. Right now, I see again. I just think your hate for the Bidwell family just
No, not the Bidwell family.
exudes.
No. Dad Bidwell, he was a saint. You know what he would have done? He would have given his tweet up quietly, probably paid for it. He wouldn't have heard a peep about it unless they put it out. Then he still would have denied it.
Do you think he would have given it up?
Dad Bidwell?
Yeah.
Absolutely. He did so much stuff behind the scenes that people don't even know about. You'll never know about in this time. But Ann says, I had the same thoughts as you, Steve, with regards to Bidwell. I have a hard time when he tries to do the right thing and it ends up being about him. Yeah.
Yeah.
See, I'm not alone, Dale. I didn't follow up on that post. I saw all the postings from the national people, and I went, whatever. I'm on vacation. Not dealing with this now. So I didn't get to see it a lot, but I saw a lot of kudos. Rightfully so. He gets kudos for giving it up. It's easy to not give it up. And stuff to that effect. But like I said, it's just more of that video. Settle down, Tiger. Ann also says, maybe Gallen should have been focusing on baseball and not his Santan Ford commercials. Does he do Santan Ford commercials?
I don't even know that.
Yeah, I don't pay attention to that. Robert says, none of Torrey Hazen's moves will tear apart the locker room. All the players here know the deal and won't speak up. Nothing changes if nothing changes. And I agree with you, Robert, on that. I think that's why the locker room hasn't been torn apart. I think that's why the Cattell thing goes out to media, right? Bob Nightingale and stuff. I think this team knows you don't speak up in this locker room. We don't discuss these things here. This is how it is, and this is how it's going to be. And so that's how it gets out to media, people. I think they run it that way. The expectation is you have to get to that level to be treated that way. But just imagine you're Brandon Pfaadt. You got sent to the bullpen. You got sent down to stretch out. He was pitching better than Gallen was earlier this year. What does that do for him as a young pitcher? Oh, you gave up on me. Are you running this clown out there for a 6.3 ERA? Worst ERA in qualified starters? What does that do for your
But
team?
see, again, I'm sure they had a conversation with Fott saying, you know why we're doing this. You'll be back up here before you know it.
Yeah, we're doing this because we got to trust Gallen continue to suck out there. Robert says also, he said, Autumn says the comments on the ad. So we're missing this ad thing, Dale. We got to get on this Santan Ford ads thing as well. But Ann says also, Erod pitched in the WBC, so he was working all spring training. Maybe there's something about actually working the guys into the season so they are ready. I've said that all along. Soroka and Erod came in shape. They came in looking better than they have as a Diamondback. Obviously, Soroka's new here and stuff like that. So that's what I said next year. There's no WBC, but tell them there is one. They come in shape and stuff to that effect. I just think, I mean, who was it yesterday? Somebody was pitching a no-hitter, young kid, some team, and they pulled him early with very few pitchers. And they flat out said after the game, we don't want to push him and get him injured. That's a rare time you hear another team do what the Diamondbacks do. It's a rarity in baseball. Most teams don't operate that way out there. Diamondbacks do. And now we saw that yesterday with that. I know it was against the A's. I don't remember who the kid was, though, out there as well. Throw up the AL wild card really quick here.
It was the Marlins, and they pulled Perez.
That's right, yeah. And he was dealing. He might have got a no-hitter by himself.
Perfect after 7, pulled.
Yeah. Were they playing the A's? Was it that game?
Pulled before.
No, that's right. Yeah, but I mean, after the game, I was actually shocked when they said, "Hey, we got to protect this kid." Yeah, they said we have to protect this kid out there as a young stud, and you don't hear that too often around baseball if you follow it. Just on the AL side, just to get you guys updated here, because we're going into the All-Star game here in about a week and a half, roughly. Oh, actually, a week from tomorrow, right?
Yep.
As well out there, just to show you where they are updated at here, because you do have athletics coming up on the schedule and some other American League teams. My Los Angeles Angels coming out on the bottom there. Go Wildcats owners. Go team, go.
Well, I thought you'd come back from Southern California with a
you
new
brought
attitude.
You brought up Michael Bidwell, and now I'm
doing a good thing.
Video.
Now he's done signed you. I wonder if he also let him know if he's going to sign Jacoby Brissett.
After how I'm going to end every show now is like with a Michael Bidwell type ad, and you'll see here in a second. But you mentioned Erod being an all-star, but you failed to mention Corbin Carroll got in also.
Oh, that's my fault?
Yeah.
Or did you start talking over me?
No, it's your fault. All your fault. Corbin Carroll get in too. That's good for him. That's fantastic.
Yes.
Oh my God, he's going to run out a triple in that all-star game. Let people know who he is out there. It's going to be fantastic to watch. Well, I want to end with this, Dale. Buyers and sellers at the trade deadline. The only reason I'm bringing this up right now today, we get more into it tomorrow, but The Athletic came out with teams buying and selling out there on that. Where do you think they have your Arizona Diamondbacks right now? They did it in tiers.
Well, I think they probably have them in whatever tier is sellers.
Yeah, they have them as hinge team. Meaning could sell, but could buy.
Right.
We have a month still to determine if they're going to do that or not. Yeah, they have them and the Padres in this division as hinge teams. Yeah.
You would think that if they start playing better, that they'd be not a sell.
But okay.
What gives you any hope that they are going to put together a good month?
But here's my point. What's a good month? Because the Diamondbacks' a good month is 2 games over 500. How far do you stack it? Now, the worst thing the Diamondbacks can do is just stay pat. Because remember the talk at the beginning of the year? Oh, we're going to stay pat at the trade deadline because we're getting guys back.
Yes.
Well, now you're not getting those guys back, right? So it's going to be fascinating to see because they can also be like, we like this team. We're going on a run. Let's see. We're just going to stay where we are. And that'll be fascinating to see as well. But just so you know, the tier 4 is where they have them, the hinge teams, meaning still some stuff out there you got to wait on. So people are starting to look at, what these teams are going to do. By the way, they have Padres, Orioles, Red Sox, Nationals, Twins, Blue Jays, and Diamondbacks. All teams underperforming with talent on their team. All is what I see this hinge team kind of. The Nationals aren't underperforming. Either the Twins are, but the Nationals aren't underperforming, but they don't like to spend money on their payroll. And so, Dale, we're going to start leaving the program Kind of like Michael Bidwell said to that lady there at the hotel room.
Okay. You put me up in a suite, Steve?
No, Dale. I'm just going to say appreciate you guys joining us here on the main event. I know a lot of you think that this show is wrapped around Dale Hellestrae, 17-year NFL veteran, 3-time Super Bowl winner of the Cowboys. But I'm here to tell you, folks, that I am the owner of TME Media. I am the host of the main event here, and I make the decisions. And I say, y'all have a good day. I run this.
You see, I think that's why you don't like Michael. You guys are a lot alike.
See you tomorrow, everybody. Have a great afternoon.